Welcome back to Grade 8 Geography, Unit Number 1, Global Settlement, Patterns and Sustainability. This is Lesson Number 4. Why care about settlements and the environment? Before we begin, let's take some time to discuss this question. How important do you think climate and natural disasters are when deciding where to live? I suggest you pause this video for a few moments to consider an answer to this question because we'll be talking about it in tomorrow's class. So again, here's the question. After I repeat the question, put the video on pause. How important do you think climate and natural disasters are when deciding where to live? If you could live anywhere in the world, where would you live? How would you decide where to live? Would you make your decision based on the climate, average weather of an area over time, the availability of natural resources, or physical processes, that's any naturally occurring change, such as an earthquake? I mean, something to consider here in this picture. This is great that we have this incredible amusement ride, but take a look what's going on beneath it. I don't think people are going to want to settle in an area such as this one. Canada's climate has a huge impact on how we live our lives. In winter, the extreme cold conditions can cause pipes to burst. Ice storms can knock down trees, which leads to falling branches, cutting electric power lines. During a hot summer, we need to use a lot of energy to cool our homes. And yes, this is a picture from a part of Toronto from the ice storm of late 2013. Potential drought, that's continuous dry weather with no precipitation, can make a huge impact on a person's decision to live in an area. Drought causes a community to not have enough water for everyone. Drought also leads to more fires, meaning that older trees are severely damaged. Damaged trees do not grow back, even during wetter years. A severe drought occurred in the Amazon River in 2005, and it returned in 2010. The drought came as a result of decreasing rainfall in the Amazon since the 1980s. Some of the effects of this drought were fewer trees and a large drop in the river level. Geographers are now studying the Amazon drought and are trying to determine whether the drought is a temperature change or is an example of more permanent climate change. And this is an overview of the Amazon River, where you can see the effects of the drought. So how are the Amazon droughts affecting the people who live there? Well, communities depended on flooding in the Amazon in order to get water for their families and to grow crops. People have started moving out settlements near the river to urban areas to escape the water shortage. The river level is so low that fishing boats are being stranded, as we can see in this image here. Yes, these are boats that have been abandoned by their passengers in the water. As the river becomes narrower, it is becoming harder to travel along the river. Crops are suffering and pipes have to be extended in order to get water for irrigation and settlement. If the drought is an example of climate change, these conditions will only worsen and even urban areas will suffer from a lack of water. Okay, so I'm going to read these three questions, and after I do, I want you to pause the video to consider or write down your answers to these questions. And yes, we will discuss these in tomorrow's class. So here we go. Question number 1. What actions do you think people who live in the Amazon need to take to deal with the drought? Number 2, what environmental issues do we face in our community today? How do these issues affect our lives? Do the environmental issues in your community make you want to live in a different area? So again, pause the video and think about or write down your ideas to these questions. And until tomorrow's class, this concludes today's video.